friends, and welcome back to Violin Teacher YouTube channel. Are you working on a Seitz Concerto, in particular the third concerto in Book 4, Seitz, Concerto number 5, the third movement, the Rondo, and the second page where it has lots of these double stops that are really kind of contortionist in your left hand? Well, I'm going to show you how to do those. So this is a focused little examination of a few of those double stops that really are kind of confusing. I'm going to show you how to do them, so stay tuned. Hey, before we turn the camera down, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and we will get started. So I'm just going to give you a focused little lesson on the Seitz third movement, Seitz number 5 concerto, where we have the double stops. Can be really kind of confusing. So I'm going to give you some units to practice on that. I have a student who's working on this now, just getting started, so that hopefully this will help her and you as well. So I'm looking at the second page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line 5, measure 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 4. And if you have a teacher, your teacher has probably talked a lot about the position of your thumb over here and your left hand position in general. I want you to forget all about that right now, okay? Because your thumb is going to do weird things when we do this. So just put your bow down for a second and let's talk about what the left hand has to do here. It's really tricky. First of all, I want to advise that you really make sure you've got your nails trimmed. Go trim them now, stop the video, and let's continue when you get back. Okay, so the first thing is that we have to play a D sharp. So that's kind of a flat one, like an E flat. So that's this note. And that shouldn't be too hard for you, right? So hold that down. Then we've got to play a low 2 or C natural on the A. So now the fingers are a whole space apart. And then we're going to place the 3 on the E. So we've got one finger on the D, one on the A, and one on the E. And that is really a kind of a twist, isn't it? Now, if matters weren't hard enough, we are going to play 2 strings at once. And I don't think that's really going to cause you much problem if you can get this fingering. If those fingers apart, it's okay if they touch, but if they're causing you a problem and you can't get this finger pattern, make sure your knuckles aren't squeezing together. So we're playing the D with an open A, so you're going to have to push the D over toward the G a little bit. Physically push it over and clear the A. Alright, so try first to place the 1, push it toward the G, so you're even going to set it maybe on the G a little bit if your fingertips are too wide and you're getting this kind of sound because your finger's touching the A. So the first priority is to clear that A while you're playing a low 1 on D. Alright, as soon as you've played that, then you're going to place, you can let the 1 touch A, because you're going to place a 2 on the A now. And it doesn't matter if 1 touches A, because 2's stopping it. Alright, so then after you've got that placed, you're going to play 3 of those. Alright? Then we go to the 3 on E, and at that point you can actually let go of the 1. That'll make things a lot more comfortable. We get 2 of those notes. So let's do this once again with a stop in between everything that we do. Stop, place the 2, play 3 of them, stop, place the 3, let the 1 go. Now just let's make a quick few observations about that. First of all, 1 and 2, there's a whole step apart. 2 and 3, there's a whole step apart. 1 is low on the D, and we get one note, one of these. Don't notice the way my hand is, you can't see it. So that's way down there, but my hand covers it. Alright. Then we get 3 of these. Then we get 2 of these. Alright, so now we are pretty good. Maybe that's really not so hard now. You've done that enough. We have to add the bowing. And so the bowing is slur 2, 1 note separate. So we slur this. And go up on the last one. You can see my bow in the screen. Think. That last one's the hardest one because you're fingering kind of. So at that point, you're almost like lifting 1 while you're setting 3. It's like doing 2 fingerings actions. And then, a lot of times I have students in the next measure, they do this. They're still holding 2 while they're playing this melody. So, but notice that we switch to 1 here. That sounds a lot different, doesn't it? Another tunnel. See the 1 on the A, and then E is got to be clear there. So one more time. Switch. Just practice it like that with a little stop in between. Then you do that again. Alright, you do that twice in a row. But then you're free. Well, actually you do it later twice again. Not in a row. Actually, you've got this, which isn't that hard, in between it. So there's a little thing in between the repeat of that now, where you're going to play 1 3 3. So when you're playing 1 3 3 on the A, your E is clear. In other words, you're playing E, and your fingers are not touching E. Alright, so I want to show you the action of the fingers during this little spot. And notice, I just want to show you also the thumb. Oh, horrendous, right? But you have to do it sometimes, so don't worry about what your thumb is doing right now. See that 1 sneaking in on the E, low 1? And I'm kind of up a little bit too, so see if that helps you if you're having a hard time, because you have to clear the E. So you turn in, push toward the D, and then on the third 3, you pick up the 1 and you place it on that low 1 position. That's what's written. So you have to hold the 3 a little bit longer. Keep that 3 firm while you're doing that. Alright, so I suggest that be a unit for you. Okay, now let's move down a little bit further at measure 137. Now, if you've numbered your measures, good for you. Or if they're in your book, my book is old, and so let me just tell you what line we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Line 8, first measure. You have a single measure that does a certain configuration, and it's the one and only time it happens. And it's, once again, setting fingers kind of behind each other. And that's where you really got to get your elbow under, and it's just not comfortable. So we're playing low 2 on A with a D. That's a dissonance. Doesn't sound like that should go together. But it's quite often in music we'll hear a dissonance so that we can have the pleasure of a resolution. That's what music is all about. In fact, That's what life is all about, isn't it? And music is a reflection of life. So we have dissonances where it sounds a little chaotic, and then we have a nice resolution, and that sounds peaceful. It makes our ear happy. So here's our dissonance. Sorry, this is measure 137, where you've got a 2, low 2 or C natural with an open D, and we're going to slur that to 1 on E and open A. So you can let the 2 go after you've played it and set the 1 on E. You gotta time that just right. Try that again. Just do that lots of times till it becomes easy. Now hold that 1 at this point. Unlike most of the times when you are playing double stops, you don't have to really set fingers all at once, but most often you can roll them. But in this case, you do have to set both fingers a little bit kind of at once. It's not so hard because you've got 1 down, so you can go, put the 2 right next to the 1 on A, and then 3 on E. So here's the unit. Great practice for you. Then you are going to switch the 1 and 2. 3's out of the picture. Let's take him off for now. Notice how 1's behind the 2. Alright, let's move 1 over. And so we're going to go like this as our unit. Another dissonance, right? And there's our resonance, I guess. But anyway, so we're going to, here's what's happening. You've got the 2 over top the 1. The 1's on the E, the 2's on the A, and then you've got to quickly switch them. So do it without the bow. Alright, so let's get back in there and try that. At the end of measure 137. And then you're jumping over to the G and D, and it's open. And at that point your 1 and 2 should have reversed. So you've got switch. Hold this now so you can place a good 4. If you're holding that 1, and besides it's accompanying the melody, isn't it? It's on the bottom line of the double stops, so you have to hold it anyway. But it anchors your fingers and your hand position so that you can play a good B. So you're holding that 1 and you can do that. That's an octave setting, and in violin we have to do that as advanced players. Okay, I hope that helps get you through some of these obstacles in the second page, the double stop section of the concerto, Seitz Concerto No. 5, third movement, and that's the third piece in Suzuki Book 4. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like the video, please subscribe, and I will see you soon.